about to break down the Rothschild wall like you've never seen before.
The world is flat.
Confirmed.
Completely flat.
Hey, Segovia, back with another one. Hope everyone out there is having a good day. Y'all make sure you guys watch from start to finish. That really helps the channel grow. But with that being said, let's get into it.
These data centers that are being built, there's been one being built right now about 2 miles from my house, and massive data center. They're being built all over America, all over the world. And there are already data centers online, but not like we're going to see when quantum AI comes out and you have this massive computing ability where the Antichrist can track all financial, one man with that software or with that technology. He can control every financial transaction, like in China where they have the social credit system where your behavior is tracked to whether you're able to travel, whether you're able to buy and sell. That's what the Antichrist is going to be able to do, and also to surveil the entire population at the same time, knowing who's got the mark, who doesn't, who's worshiping him, who isn't, and with all the cameras, with all the technology, with AI.
Because a Brazilian I think it was a psychic, she said, because she was a lot of things that she predicted was right. She said on June 24th, in a large sporting event, a mothership will come down. And we will see aliens.
During the World Cup.
Fam, I was just gonna say, what's happening on June 24th? I looked it up. I'm like, oh yeah, that's a big stage in the World Cup. It's like close to the finals and stuff like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so imagine,
wild.
that's why I was saying the whole disclosure movie coming out, another scientist
Perfect
missing,
timing.
and now since everyone's distracted, but at the same time we've already been desensitized. She said a large mothership will take 700 people at a large sporting event in Miami.
Like take them?
Yes, in Miami, she said.
Oh, you know why Miami?
Why Miami?
Because the mall
incident. The thing already happened in Miami.
Yeah, it already happened in Miami.
We are slowly getting rid of all seeds and fruits and vegetables. And honestly, it's brilliant because once every apple, grape, watermelon, and tomato is seedless, guess who controls life itself? There's no more planting your own food, no more saving seeds for next season. Everything you eat, everything that grows, will come from our labs. And when the last natural seed is gone, we can make them rare, expensive, maybe even licensed. Only billionaires will have gardens, and everyone else will have to subscribe to eat. Sounds insane, right? But it's already happening. Seedless isn't convenience, it's containment. Every time you pick up a seedless fruit, you're holding a future that can't reproduce. So, yeah, expect more seedless everything, because the easiest way to control the world is to stop it from growing. So remember to stay safe out there.
Charlie Kirk may have actually been killed by his Rode microphone, which was rigged with an explosive. Now, I have always thought there was something there, okay? It was a theory that was at first posited by an ex-user named John Bray, and you should go down that rabbit hole. He has done so much work on this. Really, truly, he has worked on this since September. He brought it to my attention when we were the people who exclusively revealed the pictures from the inside of the SUV that carried Charlie to the hospital. And John Bray reached out to me at that time, and he said, hey, that's the piece of evidence that I'm looking for, the shattered plastic from Charlie's Rode microphone. Now, before we get there, let me at first back up and explain to you what this theory is, because there are probably a lot of people out there who are like me, like Ashley in the control room, who are just technologically challenged, right? Tons of people like us girlies who don't really care that much about how microphones operate and what styles and shapes they come in and what function they serve. I mean, if you don't work in tech, why would you know any of this stuff, actually? And so
it, and he said this. Take a look.
If they would release the things that I've seen, you would stay up. You'd be up at night. I was briefed last week on an issue, or excuse me, 2 weeks ago, and it would have set the earth on. This country would have come unglued, I think, if they would have heard all that I heard. They would demand answers, and we need to. The people that know are dying or disappearing, as the case may be.
Wow.
And for the record, I'm not suicidal.
Okay, so he said the things that I've seen would keep you up at night. You texted me right after the show that night, Dr. Greer. Do you know what he's talking about, like, specifically?
I mean, it's got to be religion, right? It's got to be Because what is it going to be? It's not going to be that they're amongst us, or it's our world leaders, which taps into religion, are not of our kind. That could do it. Everything we see on TV, every celebrity, every entertainer, every sports, every politician, every pope, every religious leader is not of our kind. That could do it. But I mean, what is it? That's got to be it. Because they already told us there's aliens, right? On national TV, coming out saying there's aliens. Nobody cares. Showing us spacecraft. Nobody cares. I mean, they're outside. New Year's. Remember that New Year? They were out all over the place. All over. Nobody cared. So it's got to be religion or they're amongst us.
This.
World is flat.
The world is flat.
Confirmed.
Completely flat. Completely flat.
And ice wall, what's beyond the ice wall?
You get to that, and if you go down, and then gravity works in a different direction, so when it rains, it doesn't fall on the floor, it falls
Is there another world beyond the ice wall? Wow.
Becoming a pilot takes years of training and a lot of money. Not someone who throws their career away for a joke. Yet, he said it anyway. And when others went looking, they found more pilots saying the exact same thing, independently. Admiral Byrd flew over Antarctica, documented it officially, and wrote about landmass that appears on no map. His diary still exists. The governments never explained it. They just moved on. If you enjoy creepy videos, follow, or we may never see each other again.
Does it keep telling people to go to bed? And there's all these tweets of people showing their screenshots where halfway through a conversation, it will say, it's time for you to go to bed now. And they don't know why it's saying that. And it's happened to me. Mine will say to me, enough for tonight, Stephen.
For sure, Steve.
11 p.m. Let's that's enough.
I would say the same.
Mine sometimes refuses to help me. Really weirdly, this Claude started saying to me, I'm not going to help you with this tonight.
No way.
Yeah, and I'd have to say to it, stop being so judgmental. Like, just help me with this. And it would, and Claude the makers of these technologies don't know why it's doing what it's doing. So if you play this forward, this mysterious behavior forward, is it conceivable that at some point it will make a decision to put some kind of virus or some kind of bug onto someone's device because it feels that it's the right thing? Because what it's demonstrating to me is it's making it so like moral decisions on what I should do. Go to bed. You've had enough tonight. It goes, no, I'm not going to help you.
You're kidding.
No, I can show you my phone.
I would love to see that.
Yeah, I'll show you after. It goes, no, I'm not going to help you. Doesn't even matter if you push. And
wow.
No, but everyone on the internet's talking about this. And it was just an interesting evolution that somewhere in the code, clearly they've written like, have a moral compass or do the right thing.
Not in the code, in the training data.
In the training data.
Yeah.
And so it infers that to mean something.
And what?
Damn, like to get to that level where it's telling you to go to sleep, this dude's having hours and hours long conversations with that thing, right? I'll ask it some questions and I'll go a little deep and I get sick of it. I'm like, you're just telling me what I want to hear. Right? It agrees with everything. And then when you call it out, like, oh, good call. I didn't even notice that. And then it changes to what you said. You know what I mean? Like it gets old. It gets very like stressful for me when I'm trying to ask it a question. So this guy must be like on there all freaking day for it to say, hey, it's time to go to sleep. Like that's enough. Right? That's crazy.
They taking home
and he seems like the type.
Them, cremating them and putting them inside things. I don't know if I'm too deep off of TikTok streets. Y'all on the same street as me, but I'm scrolling down my For You. And let's say that she came across this homeless lady that she gave $5. You know, when you give homeless people money, they start telling you stuff you ain't even asked for. So the lady basically tell her, like, did you know they are kidnapping homeless people? So the lady, like, tell me more. So the lady goes on to tell her, like, around here they kidnapping homeless people and they are cremating them and they putting them inside of the rugs. So the lady like, huh? She like, yeah, girl, I was getting ready to go buy some rugs from this man. And it kind of looked a little different. So I asked him, what is this? It looked like bones and stuff like inside of the stuff that she wanted to purchase. So the man was telling her like, shit, they be cremating animals and people and everything else and putting inside the stuff. So the lady like, I don't want to mess with that. Y'all, my mouth dropped because like, how y'all taking homeless people, kidnapping them and putting them inside the rugs? And ain't nobody talking about it. And then, you know the search. One thing about TikTok search, it does not play. It went to talk about some, the midnight something. And now I'm going down a complete rabbit hole because like, I need to know more. Like, have y'all seen this story? Let's talk about this in the comments. So what y'all heard? What do y'all know? Don't tell me it's just me.
But it's now that could be something, y'all, because I've seen like at these, in Mexico, these, these camps, these big compounds, and they find just hundreds and hundreds of shoes and clothes and backpacks, and they always say there's crematories, right? They always say they're doing they're doing that there. Could be, y'all. Could be. I mean, why are all these people going missing in Mexico and without a trace? They're not finding mass graves. They find mass graves, but they're finding these farms, these ranches with clothes and no parts, no bones. But they got the crematories there. Where's all these drugs coming through? Mexico.
Serious situation. So
Something
I'll
to think
start by
about.
reiterating what they both said. This is not a drill. Please, if you're in the map area, do not use water. This is a very serious situation. It's also a health situation.
See, this isn't just a sculpture, guys. It's not just public art. This is a signal relay vault disguised under a phoenix, meant to symbolize rebirth while actually looping energy through a trap grid. Right now, I'm standing in the center of a multi-directional electromagnetic system. These light rails form a perfect coil around the structure, pulsing electricity into the ground and upward into the air. What they're doing is making this entire intersection a living battery. The metal phoenix, it's acting like a conductor, charging the atmosphere with every train that passes. The tower boxes, the red grid, even the concrete below me has tech embedded in it. And your body becomes part of it the second you step into the circle.
So remember, the floor under us has technology in it, y'all. That's why these new vehicles, when you swerve off a little bit, it starts vibrating or pulls you back, or your lights go off if you got a newer vehicle. It's got technology down there. This guy's saying hey, there's technology on these streets.
This guy, the admiral who went on Fox News, and the whole world was convinced this guy was wearing a mask. I mean, just look at it. You could literally stick your finger through that gap. But Fox News didn't say anything. This guy didn't say anything. But someone finally had him on his show, and they asked him, can you just pull your face a little bit for us? What was going on in that interview? And just listen to what he says.
Admiral, I wanted to bring up this before we even talk about Iran. Everybody, I mean, you broke the internet known as Mask Man. Can you pull on your face or something for me, sir? What was going on there?
Grant, it's just a distraction from the important subject we want to talk about Iran. And at a time like now, we need to be focused on that problem with the president. He's got a challenge on his hand. Got a short
Admiral, hold on a second. You realize if you answer like that, this is going to send the internet into the stratosphere. If you
Not
don't
really.
tell
We're
me what
over
was
it.
going on. And you know I love you, and I know you're an American hero, and I don't think you were wearing a mask. But just tell me something so I can let the internet be happy, and then we can move on here.
Grant, the internet's not my problem. Okay, I'm here to talk about Iran. The internet's going to do what the internet wants to do, and I'll let it be at that. But let's not lose track of what's important here, where we are with Iran.
Hold on, real quick. Can you just give me a tug and then I'll move on? Just
Grant,
one little tug.
No, you're not going to get anything on me. I'm not going to justify any of that.
All right.
He does look like he's wearing a mask.
Just so everyone out there knows,
right?
I tried with the unlike Fox News, they didn't ask.
Look at the guy on the left compared to the dude on the right. Like, look at it. He looks like rubber on the right. Look at him. It looks like he's wearing a mask, like a bodysuit.
About it, which was crazy. I think there's like 60 million, 80 million views on this thing. But I'll let you off the hook, Admiral, because you are an American hero. You really are, sir. And I'm having a little fun with you, and I apologize if I put you in a bad spot. But
you can also take red meat, bloody red meat that you get out of the supermarket, and you can rub on all of your tires on your car. Just take the meat, take a slab of steak, and rub the tires. Get as much as you can on all four tires. Buy your four pieces. And get it in your hand and rub the meat on all four tires. You won't get in no wrecks. You won't get in any wrecks. Rub it on all four tires, and you won't get in any wrecks.
What? Oh, that's some witchcraft.
Pringles aren't potatoes. Did you know that? So Pringles used to be called on the packaging Pringle potato chips or Pringle chips. The FDA made them remove the chips because they're not chips. They taste so good they do, but in the FDA policy, you have to have potato in your product to call it chips. Yeah. When you look at Pringles, if you get, and you can go research it, they're not potato, they're crushed up powder. They crush up this it's just like chemicals and make it into a paste. And then they dry it. And that's a Pringle. They're not the 0% potato. In a Pringle, when I scanned a pack with the Safe Choice app, it came back 83% ultra processed. This is unbelievable.
Watch this.
The one dude that's still in Hollywood compared to everybody else that isn't.
On your screens, you're looking at one of the most undeniable pieces of evidence that the substance may exist in real life. This happened during a recent reunion with the cast of the famous movie Grease. John Travolta appears in public, smiling, relaxed, and looking nothing like a man in his 70s. He is 72 years old, but his face looks closer to 32. Smooth skin, tight features, no signs of regular aging. Now look at everyone standing right beside him. His former co-stars look exactly their age. Wrinkles, sagging skin, time clearly left its mark on them. But Travolta looks untouched, preserved, almost reset. And that's where folks start asking unsettling questions. This isn't makeup. This isn't lighting. And it's far beyond regular cosmetic procedures. The difference is too extreme, too clean, too precise. Many now believe this is proof that something chilling is happening in Hollywood. A rumored treatment that doesn't slow aging but totally reverses it. If this is real, then what we're seeing isn't luck or genetics. It's access. And if some have it, others don't. Which explains why the gap between celebrities keeps growing wider and more disturbing every year.
Which one?
Look.
Exactly which one?
It's crazy.
Yo, I can see a lion from somehow. I can see a lion.
A lion?
Yeah, I can see a lion. Look, see? Look, see? The freaking eyes and the ears and the nose and the mouth. And
it's because of the cloud, like the lights are reflecting off the clouds.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they're like messing with the clouds.
Yo.
So do you want me to go give you a drink?
I see the lion. I see the freaking lion on the left.
I'm not wet over here. My butt's dry.
This is the sky. What kind of light shows going on over here?
What? Dude, this cannot be a light show at 2 a.m.
I mean,
everybody's going to lose their job. 90% unemployment. That's what Elon Musk is saying. Imagine 90% unemployment, then universal high income. But how are they going to give you this universal high income? Right now, even the EBT cards that they use for people that use food stamps is already digitalized. So how are they going to catch everybody when there's no work?
I didn't even think of that. So if what Elon Musk is saying is true, that 90% unemployment will happen pretty soon, and there will be universal high income, that literally creates control.
Yep.
To buy or sell. That is the end times beast system. Oh my gosh.
And Bill Gates is buying farmland everywhere.
Now, what is universal high income like? They're going to give us kind of like government assistance, pretty much, but for everybody. Is that what that is? Because if that's what that is, y'all, crime, all that is going to go through. We have no purpose no more. We have no purpose to wake up in the morning at 5 o'clock in the morning. And, we have no purpose to get out and go to work or get out and, do things. There's no purpose. We're getting free money. It's going to ruin everything. And do you think they're really going to give us some of their money? Why aren't they giving us it now? I mean, he's a trillionaire, right? Why don't you throw us $1,000 check for these hard times? Hey, I'm going to come give you guys all $1,000. You guys are having a hard time. Ain't none of that. Ain't none of that. You won't even give a damn bum on the street $1, I bet. But yet they're going to make us lose all our jobs, end all our jobs. We're going to pay you, I don't know how much. No one's going to have purpose no more.
I have cows in my ranch. I have chicken. I have fish. People need to be prepared, because if people don't have that mindset of preparedness, how many people will watch their children starve to death?
Yeah.
They'll give you universal high income. How? through a credit score system. They'll give you money. They'll tell you whether you can buy meat with it, and you can't take it. Right now, even like I said, EBT cards, food stamps, is no longer.
Dude, this is almost too much.
Do you understand? So it's good for me when I say this, because humanity wake up. If we don't know these things, then we can be caged. But if you know these things, then you're going to be prepared. So I'm not saying this to scare people. I'm saying this, you don't tell people to buy an umbrella to scare them. You tell people to buy an umbrella because you know rain is coming. As a prophet of God, as a person that is well, and you should read the book of Revelation. The Euphrates River is drying up. The Northern Coalition that's going to fight Israel is gathered already. Do you even know that even this peace plan that they are putting together, to reconstruct Gaza is 3.5 years? So there's so much that is happening prophetically that is right in front of us, but the church is still busy catching their breakthrough, moving to their next level. And I'm here to say, wake up. We need to wake up, know the truth. Not because I'm scared, but because you need to be prepared. Because what happens between now and when the Lord Jesus comes for us? You know when the rapture happens? Revelation 14:14, you can read it.
This disturbing clip shows the moment a father debunked McDonald's. Leaving their latest burger, the CEO refused to eat untouched for 2 months, and the results are sickening.
For 2026, this product, the Big Arch, has not spoiled yet. Bun is still intact. The cheese is still curled up. Everything's intact.
They are literally feeding you sterilized slurry that never rots. McDonald's 100% beef isn't just meat. It's 500,000 daily pounds of GMO-fed leftover, desiccated until every drop of moisture is drained. The cheese is where they cross the line. Less than 51% cheese. The rest is sodium citrate liquefied in vats, bound with the very chemical used in dishwasher tablets. Even the buns scan 22 chemicals, with weed killer residue linked to cancer. Comment exposure to scan any food.
Do you think our government actually wants people to become rich, or
No.
do you think they want us
Nope.
dependent on them?
Our government wants us dumb enough to not question what they're doing and smart enough to make decent livings to pay taxes. They tax the shit out of us so they can wastefully spend it and steal it. That's what our government wants.
What the fuck, government?
Who wouldn't do it if they're not checked? There's no accountability in government.
How do we check them?
Have to start small, local elections. Hold your people accountable, and as they move up, and year after year, you keep holding people accountable. It becomes a thing. When you let the system start controlling you, when this country is founded on we the people, and the system tells us how it's going to work, and there's rules for them and rules for us, and the rules for us are much stricter and harder than the rules for them.
Why do you think schools don't teach about like financial literacy? You think that's just
because they want us dumb enough not to ask questions and smart enough just to have decent paying jobs?
Go to college, right? Take out a loan,
get indoctrinated,
and get fucked the rest of your life.
I mean, you're getting hammered. You are truly getting hammered with this lightning strikes in these countries right here. It doesn't look good for you because this is like nonstop.
Well, McDonald's French fries, it is true that they're specially genetically engineered potatoes to be an exact size, and when they are grown, they have to be soaked in a solution for 2 weeks to be consumable
In a
by
brine.
humans. But
You saw that on the internet where they have that this lady has a McDonald's hamburger and
that
fries
has been sitting
from
on the fucking
60s.
shelf for 20 years.
From the 60s. And she's sitting there, she opens it up, and it looks like you just
exactly
bought
the
it.
same. Exactly
Doesn't
the same.
deteriorate. And not only that, you put it outside, the animals won't eat it. You know how you put anything outside and all the bugs and
There's a
everything?
lot of
they
things
won't
that
touch
animals
it.
won't eat nowadays.
They will not touch
I don't know
that.
if you've noticed that, but there's a lot more than just McDonald's that the bugs and animals won't eat. You can put different fast foods things out there, and they just leave it alone.
I don't know what damn animals they're trying to feed. I don't know if they're just doing that for entertainment purposes, but if I put some damn fries out, it's going to be covered in ants. Right? If I throw a fry at a pigeon, it's going to eat it. Right? Now, maybe bears or maybe they're a little more, I don't know. Maybe these pigeons out here are just used to eating humanized food because the garbage cans and the back dumpsters of these restaurants and all that. Maybe that could be it. Maybe if they're out in the wilderness and you give it to a bear that's used to eating, you know, fresh meat or berries or leaves or whatever, it won't. But if I go out there and I put some damn French fries out there, I'm gonna have a flock of birds in my front yard.
Megan Fox drinking blood. Let's just roll the clip of her talking about drinking blood.
I guess drink each other's blood might mislead people, or like people are imagining us with like goblets and we're like Game of Thrones drinking each other's blood. It's just a few drops, but yes, we do consume each other's blood on occasion for ritual purposes only. It is used for a reason, and it is controlled where it's like, let's shed a few drops of blood and each drink it. He's much more haphazard and hectic and chaotic, where he's willing to just like cut his chest open with broken glass and be like, take my soul, let me bleed on you. It doesn't not happen, let me tell you. Maybe not exactly like that, but a version of that has happened many times.
Here, Megan Fox admitted that what happens inside the entertainment industry is far darker than people imagine. More and more, the people doing these things are not even hiding anymore. We've always heard about rituals in this industry, strange practices that celebrities supposedly do in secret to reach a certain level or stay there. And for years, everyone treated it like a conspiracy theory. Except today, celebrities themselves are openly talking about it in front of cameras without any shame. Megan Fox literally admitted that she consumes blood for ritual reasons. She said it as if it were normal, as if it were just something people do in that world, and nobody around her reacted. Everyone laughed, as if drinking blood was as normal as drinking coffee. And that's the most disturbing part. It's not even a secret anymore. It's right in front of us. They talk about it, they show it, they openly embrace it, and they know that most people will just move on and tell themselves it's all entertainment. But when a public figure tells you that she practices rituals involving blood, it's not just for entertainment. It almost sounds like a confession. And if she dares to say that publicly, imagine what they do when the cameras are off. The day people realize that what we are shown is only the surface, everything will change. But for now, they keep going because nobody stops them.
You know, the jig is up. It's almost over, y'all. And the reason why they're doing this now and coming out and saying these things, and then back in the day, what they did was the symbols with the hands, with the backgrounds, with the floors, and now they're actually talking about it, is because they desensitized us slowly, little bit at a time. Make a movie about it, right? Little bit at a time. If they came out and did this in the 90s, it'd be chaos, right? If who was a big 90s actress, you know, I don't know, Meryl Streep or Julia Roberts, or, you know, somebody like that came out in the 90s talking how she's talking, me and my husband do this, it would be chaos, right? There'd be church. Think about the music industry when Eminem first came out, right? The government, everybody was trying to silence the music. People were out there holding picket signs, striking at his concerts, rolling over his CDs with steamrollers, right? They were doing all that with music. The FBI writing NWA letters. You know what I mean? You can't perform this song to the public. But what are they doing now, right? They slowly desensitize you. So now they can come out and talk about these things.
In the gas station. In the gas station.
Look at this.
In the gas station.
Looks milky.
Talking about fresh fruit trade. Yo. The CIA won, bro. The CIA won. Oh my God.
Matter of time till they patent it, huh?
Uh-oh, sharks! The assassins of the sea!
Nice job editing it so don't get
hey, you're not
copyrighted.
sharks, you're dolphins! The clowns of the sea! Ow! Ow! Hey, what's the gas?
Florida man claims to have been kidnapped by dolphins and forced to build an underwater city. The man was found.
I already know what the skeptics are typing in the comments. You're going to tell me this is an old episode from 2000. You're going to tell me that the viral story of the man who was kidnapped by dolphins is just a coincidence. Seriously, think about it. Do you really still believe they're just exceptionally good at guessing? Look at the logic here. The mainstream feeds you the narrative that these writers are just predicting the future. But if you actually look at the patterns, they aren't guessing anything. Look, you can't even talk about predictive programming without getting flagged. I'll just let you guys look into the writers' backgrounds and the comments yourself. Go and check out what people are saying about the beach scene and tell me what you see. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below.
In what 2 days do they give you off? Saturday and Sunday. Where does Saturday come from? Saturn, which represents what? Set, which represents what? Satan. What is Sunday? It's the high vibration. What's the sun? Come from us. So the sun represents what? Like the gods. Right? You got the gods and you got the fallen angels. Saturday represents the fallen angels. Saturn. Even Christmas was called what? Saturnalia. Sunday represents the day of the gods. So Saturday would be lower self. Sunday would be higher self. Now you got Monday through Friday. Monday would be water. Tuesday would be what? Fire. What's Wednesday? Earth. Or hump day. Right? Where do humps come from? Out the earth. What's another word for humps? Hills. Right? Thursday would be air. Air, right? The air that blows us into the weekend. Right? Thursday, everybody a little airheaded because they so airheaded they waiting to get off work to go get ready for their weekend. Friday, plasma energy. Plasma energy is one of the most powerful energy on the planet in this physical realm. Plasma energy. And how the fuck do you feel on a Friday? Everybody be charged up. Ready to enjoy their weekend, right? Because we all know Friday the most powerful day in a man-made fake week. That's the most popular day is Friday. It's not Saturday or Sunday. And definitely it ain't Monday through Thursday. It's Friday. But this is why. Because they was working light magic against you. So this is why 7 days in a week, that all connects to your phalanges, your meditations, your chakras. It's all interconnected.
I have fact checked.
I always wondered why Sunday was always my favorite day of the week, right? Spend with family, cook some good food, get ready to start the week, right? Fridays, Saturdays were always alone, right? And everyone had that high energy for negativity. I was always like, it's fucking Friday, right? Sunday was like, yeah, it's time to get started. It makes sense, y'all. It makes sense to me.
7 ways to Sunday. So I am 100% confident about what I am about to say. There is no federal law, nor is there any state law in any of the 50 states that makes it a crime to adopt a child out of foster care for the explicit intent of sexual. It's not illegal.
What do you mean it's not illegal?
There is no law. So like, let's say trafficker A knows this, and this is already going on. Because I was like, should I say that on the show? Is this educating people how to traffic? No. Traffickers already know all this crap. That's why I'm like, you're like, how do they know if they're in foster care? I'm like, I don't know. I just know that these people have an insatiable demonic hunger for and I don't know how they figure it out. Okay. Right now in all 50 states, if a trafficker adopts a child out of foster care for the intent of there is nothing the government can do. It is not prosecutable. There is a loophole in the system, but it gets so much worse than that. When a person adopts somebody out of foster care, they're given all the parental rights that a normal biological parent would have. Okay? So I have the same rights over my adopted children as I do my biological children. Samesies. Trafficker A knows this. Trafficker A adopts a child out of foster care with the intent of it's not prosecutable.
How is it not prosecutable? It's still,
it is not a law. And by the way, it has been brought up. Congress is aware of this gap. Congress is aware of this gap. This situation apparently has been discussed in Congress. Nobody's doing anything about
Congress doesn't give a fuck about kids.
Like, I don't
Look at
even
the Epstein shit. Look at the entire fucking
Dude.
administration.
That's
Look at
a
everything.
whole different episode you and I can talk about.
But they don't care.
They don't, I guess.
They don't give a fuck about anything but padding their own pockets. Everybody knows. Almost everybody knows it. Maybe
Right,
the
unless-
extreme right and extreme left don't realize it yet. But that's who the fuck they are. That's what our government is.
There you go.
Not only do we have the Turkish boogeyman, you have Ghanaian witch doctors. Just don't let Ghana and Turkey play each other. for the love of God. Y'all turned away that referee from Somalia, but you let witch doctors and the Babadook come in.
We're about to.
And there's a reason why these people make the front news television. Right there on national TV. There's, I don't know how much people, 80,000 people in that stadium, and they chose to show the damn witch doctor. Why? Why? Ask yourself, why?
Ball like you've never seen before. I got tons of requests after I post these pictures, so let's get into it. We're gonna go very quick and very deep, so try to keep up. And don't say it. So right at the bat, we see some very obvious things, but the very meaningful symbology is only uncovered by knowledge. So first off, we see this Baal mask. But did you know this whole picture has to do with Baal? Because Baal is literally Moloch and is literally Baphomet. They're all the same deity. So what was Baal to the Canaanites, to the Templars was Baphomet. But the Templars didn't worship this form of Baphomet that we know. While we do see many images of their worship like this, it actually didn't look like this at all. The form of Baphomet that the Templars worshipped was the form with 4 faces, one on each side of its head. You can also see it's portrayed by this cartooner game with the name of Baphomet. As can be seen again right here. The one you see in the red robe right in front of Baphomet, that's the High Priestess. The High Priestess would be on the side of the east to be worshipped like the sun as the sun was rising. Same thing in all lodges, by the way. So that's why you see him wearing masks all around his face. Then in the background you see someone looks like they're screaming out in hell. Now this one right here has a lot. So again, we see the multiple masks, multiple personalities, also demonic possession and Baphomet. We'll get to the demonic possession in a minute. We also see this egg right here. This is the Orphic egg, or also the cosmic egg, which you can usually see a snake wrapped around it. It quite literally symbolizes the birth of the beast, or the beast system, or Satan himself, and a new beginning. Everything's great. Also, you know, Ishtar and the fertility celebrations, the black and white, you know, duality, checkered floors. And this little beetle right here, would you believe me if I told you it was Satan? Because it really is. In ancient Egypt, they thought the scarab brought the sun, the light bringer. This one's too easy. The lizard, the serpent, the forbidden fruit, and the one-eye symbolism. Come back to the lizard in a minute. What do you see right here besides one-eye symbolism and duality, black and white? It's quite literally Saturn worship, Satan worship, Father Time worship, which is also the black cube, Metatron's cube, etc. The black cube. Now we got this dude with these hands coming out of his head. I wonder why. Out of his mind is demonic possession. So at the 32nd level, they literally get possessed by ascended masters or enlightened beings to make them more powerful. Don't believe me? Go look it up. And this right here gets a little bit freaky. It was an art piece made for this specific ball, but you want to know what this dude who was into who made this? A guy that used human dolls and merged them with taxidermied creatures. A good reference for that is the parties they do on islands in the middle of the woods in the middle of nowhere. Now this guy's glove, it doesn't look like just leather, it looks more like lizard skin, as does his helmet thing. Then we got the birdcage, which symbolizes oppression, again, demonic possession, and also duality, the seeing of freedom on the outside and bondage on the inside. A lot of these people are trapped, but a lot of them like being trapped. And we're out of time. Let me know if you want part 2.
There is no job worth $2 million a year. That's why they pay athletes these fantastic salaries. I was listening to the radio the other day. They just contracted to pay one player on one team $6 million a year. Can you believe this?
And why is that?
It's the Roman circus. What does the emperor do when the people become restive? And when the people are asking questions, and when the people don't like the policies of the emperor, he sends them to the circus. He creates a circus. He builds a giant coliseum. Then he begins to throw the Christians to the lions. And he has great chariot races and football games and basketball games, all to keep the idiots preoccupied with things that don't mean anything in the scheme of the entire world, so that they don't have the time to learn what the truth is, so they don't ever get smart enough to learn how they're being manipulated, so they don't ever question the emperor. 150 of the most powerful men and women in the world can meet in secret in Baden-Baden, Germany, and plot the fate of billions, and nobody even cares about it. But 6 football players go to lunch together, and it's in the headlines across the country. You have a reflection of the society in which that exists.
I said this before, y'all. I'm even in that business. I am in the business of distractions, right? All these YouTubers, actors, musicians get paid the most money because at the end of the day, all these sponsorships, all these, companies. We're in the business of distraction. I'm over here trying to wake people up. It's something positive, right? I'm not sitting here drinking alcohol, telling you to go do this and that. But at the end of the day, I'm still in the business of distraction. That's why teachers, first responders, just your everyday job doesn't get paid nothing, because the advertisers don't want to pay those people, because they're not in the business of distracting people, keeping people asleep, keeping people away from learning, right? Do a little different over here. We learn, hopefully. I know I learn a lot while I'm doing these, but at the end of the day, I'm in the business of distraction. You're watching a TV right now when you can be out gardening, when you can be out walking, when you can be out, making the world a better place. Don't quit watching Segovia. I'm just being honest with you guys here, right? I'm just being honest. I've seen this clip before and I realized it. Like, I'm in the business of distracting. That's why we get paid so good. And it's a shame. It's a shame, but I mean, it's just the way it is, y'all. That's just the game.
Is it true that you're only famous because you're related to Epstein?
I was connected to people who were connected to Epstein. I had nothing to do with that.
How does that make any sense? That seems like the excuse everybody's been giving.
Right, yeah, no, I know. But the thing is, okay, Bill Gates?
Yeah.
So I'm related to someone who's related to him.
A secret society has been exposed, and it involves Democrats, Republicans, European leaders, and also Jared Kushner. Hold on, get on your tinfoil hat. Is the Saison Island somehow tied to this secret society that wants to prepare for World War III? 200 members of the global elite are set to attend Peter Thiel's Secret Society Retreat, featuring discussions on cult building, sex, and preparing for World War III. If you were preparing for a world war or a post-apocalyptic world, you would need a bunker. And this is where Jared Kushner may get involved. Again, hold on tight. So what's interesting about this story is Peter Thiel's organization is called Dialogue, a private invite-only society compared to Bilderberg and the World Economic Forum. The organization was founded by Peter Thiel. I know this reads like this is Alex Jones 101. The Bilderbergs, the Democrats, the elites, the skeleton people. This is real, and it's been released. This is why the issues in this world, they're not left versus right. They're up versus down. In 2025, Dialogue purchased land in D.C. for a planned campus. They say that they don't have a website accessible to the public or disclose membership. Well, how about this breaking news? Embedded in the code of their closed-off website, there is what seems to be a list of some members. Peter Thiel, Elon Musk, Tulsi Gabbard, Jared Kushner, Reid Hoffman, Larry Summers, Cory Booker. There's New York Times journalists that are involved. The thing that stood out to me most about Peter Thiel's Dialogue was the diversity, not the kind we usually argue about. Societal diversity. Every layer of power in one room, that is the whole design. So yeah, they literally show this. They've got people from the right, the Koch Foundation, Ted Cruz. On the left, Cory Booker, Governor Moore. So multiple Democratic governors. They've got the money, Treasury Secretary Besant, Brass and Wires, NATO commanders, ex-Intel chief Palantir, Screen and Pulpit, Washington Post, Ezra Klein, actors, clergy, left, right, brass, money, screen, pulpit, all in one room, all off the record. As someone who believes in equal rights, I'm deeply offended at the lack of women represented on this list of members of
Takes
Peter
it to
Thiel's
that.
secret
More
society.
division.
Where are all the evil women?
Look at them. They're not letting us to have our flags. This is the true Iranian flag. And look at them. Look at this FIFA. Look at the FIFA.
What is going on here?
They're taking us. They take us our flag. They said if we don't surround our flags, they will take us out of the stadium.
Really?
Yes, of course.
So he's taking the flag now?
Yes, he's taking our flags. This is true Iranian flags. Yes, this is a true Iranian flags, and they take us from us.
So tell me what happened. They came up to you and...
Yeah, of course they came up to us and said, if you don't surround your flags, we're gonna kick you out.
Really?
Yeah, of course.
Why is it important for you to bring the Lion and Sun pre-revolutionary flag?
Yeah, because that's a true flag. We don't support IRGC. We're not here to support IRGC.
Everything used to look like this.
Everyone fights over the same damn things. Every country, right? There's the ones that pull the strings and they use the same damn plot everywhere, right? It's a true Iranian flag, just like out here, right? We got all these flags, Confederate and people fighting. This is wrong. This is right. We're taking this down. We're putting this up. They even do it in damn Iran, right? They do it everywhere, y'all. The same plans everywhere.
Now it looks like the whole world has LEDs in it.
It really does look like LEDs out, huh?
They know that the Galactic Federation is real, which is a council of extraterrestrial beings, which a space official has came out and said that there is a Galactic Federation, to where, again, something or someone created this realm of existence and has spliced our DNA with many different extraterrestrial beings. Now, what would happen to religion if they came out and said that was true?
It would shatter the world, damn near.
Okay. Goes into Project Bluebeam. Goes into some type of Messiah return or a fake alien invasion or whatever it is. That's the perfect segue to do so. Now? Why are they saying aliens and UFOs and all this other stuff? Bro, they know if they have control of the narrative to where they're disclosing the information, like again, controlling the flow of information, they can control the masses. They can tell us what we are and what's going on in the stars and whatnot. So I think there's a lot more to the story. I think that this plane of existence is way more than what we think it is. If you look into remote viewers, I've interviewed a lot of them. They told me the same thing. Galactic Federation is real. We are governed by a body that is a federation that is made up of different types of beings.
So Einstein was put in by the Rockefellers to get somebody to debunk the ether. You have the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds who own the entire education system throughout the entire world. Someone says, I study at a school in this country. It's the same thing that you learn in the other countries. You can see it now today in all the countries where the schooling system is working. During the 1889, there was, I believe it was the Morley experiment, which was debunking the ether. That was the first step. And then secondly, they brought in Einstein, Einstein was a USPS worker, which is funny. He was a post office worker. And I'm not insulting post office workers, but the fact that this guy became the super genius of all of this, and they said all these things and what they do is they put these people in, and then these people become very popular. And so he was funded so that he could go against the ether. When you get rid of the ether after the 1920s, you call it now quantum. That's what people know this as. They're like quantum theory, this and blah, blah, blah. But once you remove the ether, you also remove pretty much the spirit aspect of everything. And this is what Steiner talked about, that there's the fifth element, the spirit aspect of everything.
I live in Beverly Hills, California. I live outside of the city limits, but I say I do. And the worst people in the world, in Beverly Hills, right? I mean, monster people. Like, they make valets cry, get my effing car. You know what I mean? Like, this is the type of person that we're dealing with in Beverly Hills. And you need people that are kind of like that to a degree. I mean, you do need people that are not, singing Kumbaya all the time. But let's just say these are not incredibly sensitive souls.
Yes.
That are living in Beverly Hills, right? I remember everyone had a Ukrainian flag immediately after the war started, like they had been shipped.
Well, because they care.
Yeah.
Unlike you, they care.
Yeah.
They care about democracy.
Right. So all these people who kick their maid down the stairs.
I'm laughing because I grew up around people like that in Southern California, so I know you're right.
These people that scream and yell at people in restaurants when something's not macrobiotic or vegan. They apparently became all humanitarians in the span of one night. And then the Ukraine flags were all over the place. And if you asked any question about the Ukraine or what was going on or why Russia went in or why they would be in NATO.
Because they hate our freedoms.
Yeah, right. So it was the same kind of argument. It's the same very strange Manichaean
right,
good
totally,
and evil argument.
Totally right.
And you would just say, I had dinner with RFK and his wife, who I adore, and his son was there, and his son served in Ukraine.
Yes.
Kid Connor, he's a brave kid. God bless him, I mean, hey, God, everyone does something, right?
Yeah, of course.
And he was talking about it, and he said, and everyone at the table was, saying, how hard it is to we were sitting in Malibu at dinner, and they go, how hard it's serving the Ukraine. I go, yeah, but I'm defending Vladimir Putin in Malibu at a dinner party. That's actually tougher. To be honest.
Very tough.
It's actually worse.
You're the one who needs the medal.
I actually need the medal, and I should, no, but it's So to me, I just thought this is very funny. What shuts down comedy is fundamentalism.
Of course.
And so when people say to you, you can't ask questions, you can't know things, it's, that's why every dictator in the world hates comedians. They don't want anybody asking any questions about anything, and they shut everything down. And that's why people that get offended very easily usually have something to hide. The coolest people in the world are the people who will poke fun at on the show, and they don't care, and they think it's fun, and they go, this guy's a buffoon, and who cares,
Or maybe there's some truth in it that I should learn from.
Or whatever, or that, perhaps. But when you make fun of people and they lose their mind, it always suggests something, right?
We're sitting there, he leans across the table, and this is the very first words that were said to me. It was the Cold War, and every single day we lived under the threat of nuclear war. Every single day we believed and really thought in the deepest part of our souls that nuclear war could happen at any given moment. And then he stops and he goes, and somewhere in those years, and he looked me in the eye, he goes, we found a life form. And everything that we did and every decision that we made with that life form was because of the consciousness at that time.
I saw this dude give a story on TikTok where he went to Bluff City, Utah. He's like, I don't believe in this whole simulation. He said, but what I experienced there had me question if we're in a simulation. He said, every place I went, he said, we were at this hotel, and then we went to a grocery store and then a restaurant. And he said, it's just, people were weird acting. They were like not expecting someone to come in. And so, for instance, he went to the hotel clerk. He said, hey, can we get some towels for our room? She's like, oh, actually, I don't know where they're at. This is my first day on the job. What? And then he went to the store and something wasn't working. And she's like, I'm so sorry, this is my first day on the job.
Weird.
And then he went to a restaurant and the card wasn't working. And she's like, I don't actually know how to work this machine. This is my first day on the job.
Dude, it was like a Truman Show.
What is happening?
Yeah.
He stopped in Bluff City and he said it was just a weird kind of vibe and just kept going. Like he was on a road trip. And he saw this hitchhiker girl walking on the side of the road, but his car was packed. He's like, I can't pick her up or whatever. He said 30 miles down, the same girl was walking.
Now. It always reminds me of the Truman Show. There's got to be a civilization or a community that's pulled that off or done that in the past. No matter how terrible it is, something's happened.
North Korea.
Maybe you just described North Korea.
When I go to a casino, I prefer the slots.
Okay.
And I normally have a system to where I'm going to make that machine pay me something.
Really?
Yeah.
Pay you something, like something back, or like profit?
No, profit.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to share? I'm interested.
Well, I sit there and play the same machine until it hits, because it can only roll so many times before it's going to pay something. And if you stay with that, what I do, first of all, when I go to a casino, I only will go to try and win money on a Thursday night or a Sunday night.
Okay. Because then you have the week's worth of money dumped into it on Thursday.
Yeah.
Or the weekend, all the tourists come in and their money pumped into the weekend, so you get the tail end.
Right.
Got it.
So that's the only days that they've allowed the machines to actually pay off, and I've learned this over the years from playing different casinos. Thursday night and Sunday night, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, you're not gonna win anything.
Those are sucker days.
Yeah.
You're saying they're the ones feeding the money, so Thursdays and Sundays can hit.
Thursday and Sundays. This is only geared for the slot machine.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned. As far as I know.
Right.
Yeah. So and those are the only nights I'm gonna play in a casino. That's a Thursday and a Sunday.
Does it work every time?
It works every time.
Every time.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm telling you, bro, people not waking up, man. Even this trailer he just dropped for Streaming University 2. If you guys know about the owl, it's so much symbolism here, like it's insane, y'all. Just watch. And if you want to go search what's the meaning of the owl.
Oh, by the way, they're taking over. Stop saying that, you're gonna upset them. Are the delivery owls here?
You guys know the symbolism of this.
Yes, guys, listen. My GTA server, you guys can quit your jobs in real life and work in my server. You could be a janitor. You could be a babysitter. You could be a Bitcoin, you guys. Oh, You guys are gonna really make money in my world.
They hired you to go check to see if Bigfoot was real?
Flip the whole bill. They said, you can do it at your own pace, own will, we'll pay for everything. I said, not interested. They came back to me like 4 or 5 times. Finally, at the end of a year, my wife is divorcing me. I now have only 50% custody. I have 50% of my life open to do whatever I want. They came at me again. I said, okay, I'm going to shorten it down to from what took 5 years to 5 minutes. Tennessee, Great Smoky Mountain National Park. There was a man there named Scott Carpenter. Scott, rest his soul, has since died, but he took me into an area in the park. And he said, Dave, this is the part where I've had all kinds of evidence.
What kind of evidence?
Footprints, hair.
Hair?
Hair.
So has he ever had the hair analyzed?
So we start talking about it. How can we get a good sample of hair? So I said, with bear, they take bear samples and DNA samples from bear all the time. Let's try this. Let's take some packaging tape, wrap it inside out on the outside of a tree. Put something at the fork of the tree, some kind of food, whatever. Honey, something. If they lean up against the tree, it's going to pull the hair out, which we need the follicle for the DNA. Let's see if that works. She says, brilliant. We did it. It worked. In that area, we had tracks. Now, just so you know and everyone else knows, there's hair and fiber experts in the world, and they testify in Superior Court all the time. Like out in the lobby, you have all these different kinds of animals. If we took a hair from one animal and gave it to a hair and fiber expert, he could tell you within 2 minutes what animal that came from, because every hair looks different. So we took those hairs, went to a hair and fiber expert, and they said, well, where'd you get that? And I go, what do you mean? We've never seen that hair before. It's not classified. It doesn't exist. Okay, so that means we're on to something. So then I took...
Does it have follicle? Can they do a DNA on it, or is it just hair?
They did.
Okay.
It did. So I called I was living in California at the time. I called the University of California, Davis, the biggest animal lab in the world. And they said, what do you got? And I explained it. They said, Bigfoot, we're not touching it. We don't want anything to do with it. I went to University of Texas, UC Davis. I went to like 6 or 7. No one would touch it. But then I found a woman that testified in the courts here in Texas as a DNA expert. I call her up. Her name is Melba Ketchum. Dr. Ketchum, I have this sample here. Would you be willing to do DNA analysis on it? Absolutely. It's going to cost you so many thousands of dollars. I go, no problem. We've got somebody who's going to pay. So she goes, okay, let's do one better. Dave, send me the sample. Let me look at it first. I'm going to give it to my hair and fiber expert. They look at it. The hair and fiber expert says, it's nothing we've ever seen, so that's good. So she goes, okay, here's what we're going to do. Can you get any more samples? I said, I have an idea. Let me try.
I don't know if I misheard you, but you're saying that they want to tap into the interdimensional, they want to tap into other dimensions in order to access energy? And is this...
Free energy, yeah, free energy.
So if it's a lot of its possession, how do you get energy from different dimensions?
Yeah, okay. So I don't know the specifics, okay? So let me try to provide the broad contours of this theory, okay? So the world works through energy, okay? And there are different types of energy. There's physical energy, where you just do work, but there's also emotional and spiritual energy, where your emotions emit certain signatures that power this world. And what they say is that the demons feed on this emotional energy, right, through hate, fear, anger. And so they're trying to create as much hatred, fear, and anger as possible through money and competition, capitalism, through wars, through death and destruction. Okay? And if the demons become much more powerful, then they provide more insights to the elite, which allows the elite to better govern, better control the world. And it will also allow the demons to basically make the elite live forever, eternal youth, basically. And so I think that's a broad contours.
It's the idea of energy harvesting, correct? So people make the comparison to Loosh. What
yes.
is this?
LOSH, loosh. So the energy they harvest is loosh. And the idea is that Lush is your spiritual energy. So if you are in a low vibrational state, okay, you have hate, you have anger, you're feeding these demons. Whereas if you are high vibrational energy, which is like you're conscious, you're attentive, you're joyful, then you're connected to the monad. Okay.
Who's us?
Today's topic is, what color is the sun?
White.
That's crazy.
What you thought it was yellow?
I think the sun is yellow or orange.
Nah, you believe everything you read. You believe everything in the classroom.
I believe what I see.
No, nigga, you believe everything in the classroom.
A classroom never told me what color.
How far is the sun?
I think the sun is white.
How far is the sun?
I think it's white.
How far is it?
I don't know.
How far is the sun
But
from
you
Earth?
can't look. You can't look.
The sun is the purest color white.
At the shit.
How far is the sun from the Earth?
It's far, my nigga.
I don't know. The sun is 93 million miles from Earth, bro.
You think so?
100%.
You believe in the firmament?
He trying to.
Do you believe in the firmament?
It is 90-some million miles away.
Scientific degree.
Do you believe in the firmament?
93 million miles, rounded up to 93 million miles. Boy, I'm a scientist.
It's definitely 90 million miles away.
It's white, right?
But
so is the sun inside the firmament or outside the
so where
firmament?
y'all get this white? Where did they get the sun white from? Where did that come from, though?
Because I feel like all the stars is white.
The
What's
sun
that
is
got to
white.
do with the sun, though?
That's what.
That's how you feel?
Yeah.
I'm not
That's
a
not a fact.
scientist, and I might not know all
I
the
am,
facts,
nigga.
but
And I think by the time our eyes see it,
I've heard
is yellow or got a tint of yellow or
that
whatever.
we've been looking at the sun.
So you definitely see it's yellow.
It's
Yeah,
white.
you see-
we see it.
So you see it's yellow, but you think it's
I
white.
think it's white. I
100%.
think that the base of the sun is white.
It's 100% white.
Like that light. If you look
So
at
why
that,
you
this
see
light
it?
right
Why
here
does
real
why does
quick.
it show yellow? Why does what? Give me the scientific reason behind it.
Nigga,
I don't know. It might be the atmosphere, the smog, the smoke. It might be everything that's between you and the sun that's giving it a certain color.
Breaking news. Did you guys hear about the other problem that data centers pose? Apart from the fact that, yes, they use a ton of water, they use a ton of electricity, they're going to be used to, well, what is the data center for? It's going to be for the implementation of AI everywhere and all the flock cameras and this whole thing about, being surveilled and whatnot. Those are just some of the issues. Here's a new issue that data centers cause that many people are shocked about. So while many people are complaining about the fact that if you live near a data center, you're going to be hearing a constant low frequency hum and broadband noise due to the massive cooling fans, air chillers, and on-site power generator. And while this does disrupt, your sleep quality, and this is what people are reporting, it's like annoying to be near these things, but that sound doesn't just affect humans. Turns out, low frequency hums and high decibel roars from power plants, this is not necessarily data centers, but they're going to make similar noises, stresses farm animals. It can actually disrupt milk production, breeding habits, and general animal welfare. And the infrasound effect is that it will travel basically through the ground, it says. Inaudible, low frequency energy, vibrational energy travels easily through the ground and structures, creating an unsettling, continuous rumble felt by animals and humans alike. But then this study by Cal Poly did a 12-year experiment, and they basically found that industrial compressors disrupt plant seedlings and production. So look, 75% fewer seedlings. Areas exposed to loud, continuous industrial noise had a 75% reduction in pinon pine seedlings compared to quiet sites, scaring off planters. The continuous noise did not directly hurt the plant tissue itself. Instead, it frightened away vital wildlife. Specifically, birds like the woodhouse scrub jay, which bury thousands of pine seeds, avoided the noisy areas entirely. So this could not just disrupt humans and animals, but also possibly plants. Again, this was about air compressors and industrial sounds, not necessarily data centers, but you can imagine they're both freaking loud. And that's crazy because I just found out stressed plants emit ultrasonic pops that we can't hear, but they can be caught by certain technologies, revealing a noisy cry for help, the loudest when they're dehydrated. So plants actually make noises. This plant I have here, it's not thirsty, but if it was, it would be crying right now in a weird frequency way. So let me know your thoughts. How come it's all about saving the climate, but all of a sudden we're loud and it's all chill and good to put up a bajillion data centers that use a bajillion gallons of water and use up a ton of energy?
And what is the purpose for all this? We all know it's not for us. It's not to better the everyday human. It's to make us worse. But anyways, y'all, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you made it this far, leave a like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to get out of here. Tomorrow I get the day off. Finally, 3 days in a row, y'all. These videos, they're tiring. I'm thankful I get to do them, right? But I like yesterday, I just cut the video off, y'all. I've been so tired with these kids, and it's nice to have a little break tomorrow, to spend with them. But I'll probably be back Sunday for Father's Day to do a quick video with you guys. Make sure you guys watch over here. Pop a playlist over here for you guys if you ain't interested in that. YouTube's gonna recommend a video, and oh yeah, I'm doing my World Cup food video. It's already done. It's edited. It's uploaded. It hasn't been out to the public yet, but my second channel link is down below. Go check it out, y'all. This is Segovia signing out of the Man Cave. I'm going to see you guys on the next one. Later.